October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It's a time to refresh yourself on some of the things you can do to protect your personal information. So this morning we're joined by digital forensics expert Sean Smith. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So this is the 20th year that we have marked this month as a time to remind ourselves of what the scammers are trying to do. What's new this year that we really need to pay attention to?
Well, this year we've seen, and it has been for the past couple of years, a huge uptick in the number of online, either romance type scams or money stealing scams on social media. So one of the things we emphasize to the public when we speak is that we have to be cautious about what we're doing, how we conduct ourselves online, in particular on social media, and not just blindly trusting that the people we friend or know are actually those people.
And some of that, it seems like, Sean, is kind of generational. I mean, I have teenagers, and when they talk about their friends, I'm like, who is your friend? Like, how do you know this person? And some people have like this huge friend group or community online, but it might not be who they say they are.
That's absolutely true. And one of the problems is blindly friending people is based a lot upon, hey, the people that I do know who are real people that are, in real life, who are friends of mine, if they're friends with somebody else, I'll just trust that that's got to be legitimate also. But we have to be a lot more cautious about that because there are plenty of fake accounts that are out there just to go and scam us online.
Chrome offers incognito, so with the concept of, private browsing. Is there a such thing?
So what private browsing will do for you, it's not going to protect you in terms of keeping false or fake scammers off of you. What it will do is protect you, keep little bits of data, like they call them cookies, from being placed on your computer to track your browsing habits. So that's how it protects you there. But as all things cyber go, the weakest link in security is always the person behind the keyboard or the phone. So that's why we emphasize being cautious about what we do. We
only have about 20 seconds left, but quick thoughts on AI and the impact of AI on all this.
Well, AI, it's in its infancy stage. It is going to be a huge issue going forward for both law enforcement and for the public at large, as far as protecting ourselves and knowing what's real and what's not real out there. So it's an unknown frontier, but a little scary to think about right now.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Okay, Sean, thank you very much. I appreciate those tips. Again, it's the 20th year that we've marked the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and scammers definitely still out there.
Thank you.
You bet.